So, Latasha, you have such an amazing journey, and your accomplishment of being the first African-American woman to hold the position of president of NASCAR Speedway, is a NASCAR racetrack, is absolutely amazing. Can you take us back to the defining moment in your life when you realized that you could be a game changer in an industry that's just deeply rooted in customs, that doesn't really like too much change, and then push forward with initiatives that include diversity and inclusion?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, Chris, thank you so much for having me. I am truly honored to be here with you and with the other amazing women that you're going to hear from later today. So again, thank you. I truly am grateful. For me, I am born and raised in Arizona. Career-wise, I started my career very early. I went to a Title I high school, and I started working in the financial services industry, right? So I started working at Charles Schwab. So I think most people know what that company is. But I was one of 4 students that was selected to work at Schwab, and my motivation to work there, my parents, they would not pay for one thing, right? And that one thing was getting fake fingernails, right? And I really wanted fake fingernails, and my dad was like, well, you got to get a job. I was like, say less. And so in that moment, right, my dad was like, this girl went and got a job because she really wanted to get her nails done. Well, the reality is that I worked at Charles Schwab all through high school and through college, my undergrad of college, and it really set me up and really prepared me for that financial independence, prepared me to be different. All of my friends were working at different places, like what normal kids do, right? Work at starter jobs in other industries, but for me, I started right away in that corporate space, and I built my network. I really just took full advantage of that opportunity. So when I fast forward to this opportunity at NASCAR, after Schwab, I spent majority of my career then, almost 14 years at USAA. And while there, I met a woman who was the president of the raceway in Phoenix. Her name is Julie. Julie and I met on a women's panel. Julie had just moved to Arizona from Daytona. And, someone reached out to me and said, hey, would you mind being Julie's friend and helping Julie build her community connections in your community, which was Arizona? I had no intentions of anything but helping Julie build her network because she was a woman in sports, the only woman to have ran the Phoenix Raceway. She was only one of 2 women in NASCAR history that had ever run a track. I'm like, girl power, I'm going to help you out as much as possible. And through that network and through that relationship, I went to my first NASCAR race through Julie. And look, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, I was like, do I need security to go to NASCAR? Because I wasn't sure. I was unaware, right? I had no idea. But when I had my first experience, I was pleasantly surprised about the amount of us that were actually at NASCAR, working and as fans. And it was an experience that something I never experienced before. I mean, I'm used to football, basketball, baseball, everything else, but not NASCAR. So I went to all of her races, supported her, and she got a phone call to leave to go to Chicago to take on our Chicago street race. And she called me and asked me if I would take on the opportunity to be the president of Phoenix Raceway because of what I had done for her, as well as just what I represented in the Arizona market. And my immediate answer was absolutely not. Right? There is no way I am doing that because 1, I don't know anything about NASCAR, but 2, again, I'm black, and I would be the first black woman in NASCAR's 75-year history at that time that would have ran a track. And so I had all of these reasons about why not. But truly, it took them a while to convince me to do it. I prayed a lot, talked to my husband about it. And my husband said, you mentor all of these kids and do all of these things. And, would there ever be a time that you would tell one of your mentees to turn down an opportunity before they've even thought about it, before they've even researched it? And so I hated to tell him that he was right. But he was right because it was me that was the barrier into taking on what has now been one of the best career decisions in my career. So I truly am grateful for what I have been able to experience.
That's absolutely amazing. And to go from finance to motorsports is not your typical pathway, but clearly there's some qualities about you as a leader that's allowed you to thrive in the Phoenix neighborhood, in the Phoenix community, as well as finance and then go into NASCAR. What are some of those transferable skills that you believe is what helped you be able to excel in both areas?
Yeah, well, for me, I think the biggest thing is that I had been in business for a very long time, and I was really thinking about it differently. So in my mind, originally, I was thinking, well, I don't know anything about the sport. However, it's not necessarily about knowing anything about the sport. It's who are you as a leader? What kind of culture are you going to create? Who are you as somebody that's going to inspire? And really, for me, I asked way more questions of NASCAR than they asked of me, of what is it that you're really trying to accomplish out of having me in this role? And can I show up every day and be my authentic self? Because if I cannot, this is not the right opportunity for me nor for NASCAR. And so I think that ability to be able to have those conversations up front, and really NASCAR allowing me the true autonomy to be who I am and to really create and build a team. I have a phenomenal team. We all know as leaders, we are not successful by ourselves. And so for me, I have a phenomenal team around me as well. So when I have all these 10 million brilliant ideas, they're able to help and do those things. And when the ideas aren't great, they're able to come forward and say, hey, that's cool, but that's not going to work, right? And so really having those types of people around you, I do not know all the ins and outs of NASCAR, but I do have people on my team that do know all the ins and outs.
That's amazing. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? And having the right
Always.
people around you is amazing. But NASCAR traditionally is not known for being diverse, welcoming to people outside of their core demographic. And so, obviously, you being a woman of color, your values, your upbringing, you bring some different flavor to the table. So how do you balance what's exciting to you, the change that you want to create, while still keeping aligned with NASCAR's traditional values? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. So our CEO, who now is our commissioner, Steve Phelps of NASCAR, so Steve and I had a very direct conversation day one, and Steve and I have a lot of conversations. He's one of the best leaders because you can say absolutely anything to him. One of the things that he consistently says is we're not trying to create a space of a us and them within NASCAR. What we are trying to create is a space of we, right? There is a space and a place we have some of the most loyal fans. So you're mentioning the NASCAR environment and the NASCAR experience. It's generational. Our fans are super loyal. They pass down their tickets. They do all kinds of things to make sure that they continuously attend. But then there is a new generation of people that want to be part of NASCAR, and it takes people like myself and others. There's actually more black people at NASCAR than just me, right? We have our chief legal officer is a black woman. We have our chief human resources officer, a black man. Our chief diversity officer, a black man. Some of those photos that you saw on there, those are my teammates that are there at NASCAR. And so for me, I'm in a really unique position to where I'm very fortunate that my influence and the people that I have in my community, naturally they become NASCAR curious, and so they become part of what I'm doing, and I bring them along. And then the people who have been there and that were already there before me, a lot of these folks that are there, the black people that were there, been there for over 20 years. So when I get these opportunities like today, other speaking opportunities, I always think about them. Like, hey, is there an opportunity for them as well to tell their story and what they've been doing and how we can integrate those two things? And so really, it's just a matter of integrating us in and making people feel comfortable. Phoenix Raceway is one of the spaces and places that people do feel the most comfortable. Now, every track is different, but I do believe that we are getting better. You guys saw Nelly on the screen. There is never in a million years, Nelly was our pre-race concert. When I came in, I said, you guys got to trust me because I'm telling you I'm going to do things different. Nelly performed at one of our NASCAR tracks. That had never happened before, and that is because I said I wanted the vibe to be different. And I'm telling you, when I talk about integration, the older white women were out there dancing just as much, if not more, than the black people and the brown people that were out there, right? They knew every word to those songs. And so the point is that the cultures can be mixed, and it can be, again, a place and a space for all of us.
It's so important, especially finding community in the space that you're in, right? Because when you stand alone, it's typically harder. But when you start to find your people, common ideas, you get to make change. The industry in itself as a whole is still very kind of behind the fold a little bit. So what are some of the things that you think companies, the steps that they need to take to try to eliminate some of these barriers that they may not even know that they're putting up?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, you know, one of the things that NASCAR hasn't done and doesn't do, they haven't talked about the fact that they've had a Drive for Diversity program for well over 20 years. That Drive for Diversity program is for kids of color and women to be part of the racing experience. The problem is the expense that is associated with racing. For those that do not know, we have 38 race weekends, so we are racing every weekend, and every race that you have to be sponsored. It costs you a lot of money, especially as you continue to grow and get higher up. I mean, you could have even your entry-level driver is racing for almost $500,000 a weekend, and it's impossible for a team to raise that when you're just getting started. That is the barrier, and that is part of the teams, and not necessarily just NASCAR, but it has to be a collaboration and a partnership to make it more affordable. That's the real issue as to why people start and stop. But now you have some of these young drivers like Raja Karuth, who drives trucks, a phenomenal young man, amazing family. Raja just won last weekend in Nashville, and he has an amazing journey. But his family, when I talk to Roger, his father, I'm with them every race weekend that I'm out there. And when I talk to Roger, it is a sacrifice for their family in order to be able to continuously afford that. If he doesn't have sponsors, he can't race. And so, again, that's what holds people back from being able to be actual drivers, but there's so much more. So when we talk about NASCAR, I mean, you could be a track president, you could be part of the mechanics team, right? Part of the pit crew. Majority of our pit crew members, 90% of them are of color. Not a lot of people know that because we don't talk about it. So again, there's so many people and spaces and places. Most of them are professional athletes. That's, you know, you got to be in real good shape to change a tire in 10 seconds, right? And you got to be safe.
Sure.
So there are a lot of places and spaces that we exist.
What are some of the things that you're doing at Phoenix Raceway to really champion change?
Yes, so many things. So for me, I mentioned I was born and raised in Arizona, and I grew up just a few minutes away from the raceway, and never went there until I was an adult. And so I want that to change for kids. So we created a field trip program right away, right when I started, to where we cover we have a Phoenix Raceway charity, so we have money to give to these Title I schools. So we created a field trip program where we bring out 50 kids at a time to really, the raceway is theirs for the day, and we really connect STEM and motorsports. So just in the 3 years that I have been there, we have already put through a little over 2,500 kids that have come through that field trip program. And then we also have STEM Day, where we do that during our race weekends in the spring. And so we have 500 kids that come to each of those. And so those as well, we've had about 1,500 kids that have come through that, all through Title I schools. But the kicker to those ones, because it's during our race weekend, we give them a ticket to come back to the race so that they can come. That's how you engage them, right? That's how you get them going, right? They came and they experienced the raceway, and they're like, well, we want to come back to see what happens, right? And so we thought in the beginning, we're like, well, you know, their turn rate on these tickets is going to be really low, maybe like 10%. No, we found even year one, we had a 40% show rate, and that's unusual, right? And so we found that, and so then when we did it year two, we had a 60% rate of people that actually showed up and came to the race. And so we have been implementing programs like that. But then as well, you know, I have, again, naturally just people who want to come and want to experience NASCAR because I'm there and they want to know, like, girl, what are you doing, right? And so my very first race, I had all these people that wanted to come to the race, like, we'll pay, we'll do whatever we need to do. Well, I have a president's suite, but then I also, I wanted another suite because you know how we roll. You know how black folks roll, right? We roll deep, right? So, and that's just naturally who I am. I'm like, well, my kids got to come. My husband will be there. My parents are coming. My brothers, my nieces and nephews. That's just the basics, right? But then, like, your friends and people who are doing really dope things in the community as well, they want to show up. And so I created Sweet 33. It's just naturally that was the sweet that was available. Sweet 33 is just a collection. I like to say it's a whole vibe right in there, and it's just a collection of really cool business leaders and people that are in my friend group that are likely of color and as well had never been to a NASCAR race, really getting that true in-depth experience. And now they've become evangelists, right, for NASCAR and for Phoenix Raceway.
That's amazing because you've created a space that makes everybody feel comfortable. And so now when you're in that space, you're able to digest something new, which is NASCAR, and really feel like you're experiencing it as your authentic self. Like, you feel welcome. Your barriers are down because you feel like, okay, I'm safe. Right? So that's absolutely amazing. I'm really commend you for that. That's huge.
Thank you.
What legacy do you want to leave? I mean, you've done so much. You're so accomplished, and it's like you're always moving the goalposts for yourself. But what legacy do you want to leave in this industry?
Yeah, honestly, I really there's multiple. When I always think about my legacy, and I just think about all the things that like I want to do. You say I'm so accomplished. I'm like, there's so much to do, right? There's so many things to do, and each day that it shifts as to what the needs are. And for me, I just really do want to be known as a person who wasn't selfish about the opportunity that I received. I really want to be able to provide that opportunity as well for others. Doesn't mean that you necessarily have to be a track president, but I want you to be in spaces and places that you're not normally, right? And a place that you would be uncomfortable in. Show up authentically because you deserve to be there. So I want to be able to create those opportunities for our future generations, but as well for people who are just like you and I. If I can create a space and place for you, I'm going to do that. And I would hope that you would do then the same for me. And I really want that to be my legacy, is that, she was never selfish about what she was able to get.
That's amazing. Where do you see the intersection of like how culture has now started to kind of get involved into NASCAR? You start to see a lot of marketing changes, highlighting drivers. Raja Caruth, we're actually going to go see him this weekend at the MIS race. So where do you see now, like, having Nelly, right? How is NASCAR, are they really embracing this? Are the traditional fans embracing this?
Yes, I definitely think that the traditional fans are embracing it, and then as well as you invite, like you mentioned, the culture, inviting people out to your races. I mean, if you're not into NASCAR, not a lot of people know that like Michael Jordan owns a racing team, right? Like he owns 23XI. That alone then provides the opportunity for people who are interested, maybe in basketball, interested in him. They're like, oh, okay, we want to come and we want to see like what is he doing out there at NASCAR. But again, it's really just about providing then the opportunity for people to come and show up, and we create those, and that's across the board. So not just in Phoenix, but you'll see at the Daytona 500, even at Michigan, you'll probably see some influencers that are there. In Nashville this past weekend, I saw like Des Bryant was out there, Angela Simmons was out there. I mean, so you have just a random collection of people who we have been inviting, and they are showing up for us at our races.
That's absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been completely honored to sit here and learn about your story. Please share where people can learn more about you, find more about you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always open to networking, so you can always find me on LinkedIn at Latasha Causey. And as well, I do share all the things that are going on at Phoenix Raceway and on my Instagram, which is PHX Raceway Prez. So if you ever have the opportunity to check that out to see what we're doing, and then as well, if you ever want to attend PhoenixRaceway.com, you can come check us out as well and purchase tickets to attend our race. We have championship weekend coming up in November.
Ladies and gentlemen, Latasha Causey.